Who are the CPC members? 91.91 million out of 1.4 billion Chinese people have joined the CPC. Being a CPC member is not a paid occupation, nor is it a political position in a professional sense. They are ordinary people. They stay true to their original aspirations in the factory, the field, the mountains and beyond. Hyung Yan has lived in the Gobi Desert for 15 years. After graduation, he passed up work opportunities in big cities and chose to settle down in Karamay. In his view, as a CPC party member, one should not be afraid of hardship and should be determined to contribute to the homeland.
Everyone knows oil's a strategic resource, critical in national security and geopolitics. Then again, it's a resource people need for living, and it's the lifeblood of industry, providing it energy. I came to the oil field in Karamay in the northwest from a very densely populated city in the east. I quickly realized there were few people here, and I felt very lonely. Then I went out into the wild, and before me was the great Gobi Desert. So from the green mountains and rivers to the vast Gobi, it all felt very desolate. But in the course of our work, we saw everything our predecessors had achieved, and it wasn't easy to build an oil field in this desolate place. Then, seeing everything on site, we felt we should take over the banner from our predecessors and stick to it here.
In the 1950s, words like sanction, embargo and ban blockade appeared in the New York Times. In 1955, Karamay oil field was established. In the Gobi Desert, thousands of CPC oil workers led the way, relying on their own hands to build something from scratch, laying a deep foundation for the development of Karamay today.
The first time I went to this well site and saw the drilling rig, I was amazed. There's immense power in petroleum engineering. With it, you can drill a small hole 4 to 5 kilometers underground, and it's amazing to retrieve stuff that far underground. The first time we came to do an internship was in 2006. We basically lived in these kinds of housing units on the well site that were connected, and at the time there were a lot of people there. We worked on site by day and guarded the wells by night. So we were interns. During the day everything was fine because everyone was around. But at night we were alone in this house. We locked the doors and windows, and it was basically dark outside after nightfall. We felt very lonely. This year our team has struggled from the belly of the basin to the Hongyan, and from the Hongyan to Jimsa in the east of the Jungar Basin, and then to Hwanma Lake. Thinking about it now, those days and nights of struggle are really unforgettable. In the battle of our reserves, we used to work until 3 or 4 o'clock for a week or two. When we were tired, we'd sleep on the couch in the office for a while, wake up, and continue the fight, so those days were very difficult. Oil's the lifeblood of the country's industry, especially important for the new Chinese industrial system that uses a lot of power. At this time, our oil predecessors then aspired to discover oil by themselves. It was then that Karamay came into being. It's truly the eldest son of the Republic, the first one to achieve 1 million tons production after the Republic was founded, which played a huge role in the growth of industry. So in those days, the oil seniors were in Karamay, which was really very tough. The wind in the Gobi was very strong, with a lot of sand blowing about, and the natural conditions were very harsh. In such conditions, they still managed to discover the Karamay oil field, so the conditions we have to cope with are very good. We have a very good office environment to help make our oil work efficient. We've now drilled wells to a depth of 7 or 8 kilometers. As the new generation of oil people, we should also take the banner from the older generation, continue to work hard, settle down, take root, inherit the oil industry and contribute to it.
After graduating, Hyung Yan settled down and raised a family here. However, his increasing workload has him leaving early in the morning, returning late at night, sacrificing valuable family time.
I'm afraid I'll wake up my son. As for the child in our family, he's a bit of a wild one. I've never put much into caring for him, but I think as long as there's time, I can take him to various local museums. What's the first thing you'd like to do with your father after you come here? I want to study oil with him. Study with him how oil's formed so I can know more about man-made oil and not be afraid of oil shortages.
In the Gobi Desert, there are 11,799 CPC members working diligently in the oil industry, just like Hyung Yan. For many, the living conditions here may be inhospitable, but these CPC members will endure the sands of time for their livelihoods, their families, and their country.
I graduated from the China University of Petroleum in July 2011, and I've actually been working at the well for almost 19 years now. I came to the new oil field in 2014, so I've been working here for 7 years. It should be 5 years since I joined the company. It's been 15 or 16 years. I graduated in 2015 and it's been 6 years now. As with Xinjiang oil field production, we can also produce a better version of ourselves. My goal is to find more oil fields in our Hongyan basin. Stick to what you love and don't give up. In the Uyghur language, Karamay means oil. I was destined to come to this place. From the belly of the basin to the Hongyan, then from the Hongyan to the Jimsa, and from Jimsa to the Hanma Lake. I left all my youth there.
If you read the party's constitution, you'll find serving the people as the top priority of its members' obligations. CPC members in every field put collective interest before their individual needs, which is leading the Chinese people to contribute to the miracle of China's development. During its 72 years of governance, the party has eliminated the country's absolute poverty in the world's most populous country and positioned it as the second largest economy in the world. The Communist Party of China is determined by its history and the choices made by the Chinese people.